All right. This is my third take at speaking in front of this camera right now. I just, like, for the life of me, have no idea what I'm doing. And that's okay. I am just laying on the forest ground looking up at the sky. And we're going to have a quick little yap session right now. Just you and me. Just a little yap session, okay? So come in close. I have no idea what I'm doing. Just let that settle in. And that's okay. It is okay that I don't know what I'm doing. And I think that in a society where you have to have it all figured out, that can be a very scary thought to have settle in. And it can be really hard to lean into that, to not only not know what you're doing, but to be okay with it and to embrace it. And I'm really trying to do that right now. I think that a lot of the times when someone embarks upon a healing journey, it's very easy to think of it as rainbows and butterflies and, oh my gosh, I'm going to heal all these aspects of myself and I'm going to be such a better version of myself and la-di-da-di-da. And it is not always like that. There are days when you are going to crash out and have a little bit of a diva moment. And I definitely had one of those days yesterday and the day before where it just all came crashing down on me that I just genuinely have no fucking idea what I am doing. Even me just being out here on the forest floor talking to this camera with my little silly microphone and my Korok stickers on it. I mean, what a fun little whimsical thing, but also like, girl, what are you doing? I don't know. I don't have an answer for you. And that's okay. It is okay that I don't have all of the answers right now. And I think that sometimes when we start wandering on a path of healing and transformation, there comes a point that we realize we are completely and utterly lost. We do not know right from left. We do not know what's ahead of us. We sure as hell don't want to look at what's behind us and what we left behind. And there was this poem that I heard the other day, and it was saying that you know you're on the right path and you know that you're doing something radical if you don't know what you're doing and if the path disappears. And the poem essentially says to be still and look at the trees around you because the trees are not lost. Nature is not lost. The path exists. It's just impossible for you to see in that moment. And girl, I am stumbling through that fucking forest. I have no idea what's going on. I left my job. I left my home. I'm traveling cross country. I've been doing that for the past 8 months. I don't know what my next career move is going to be. I don't know where my next stream of income is going to come from. I don't know where it is that we're going to settle and where it is that we're going to call home. I just really, girl is out here stumbling forward. And that's okay. That's okay. I don't even know if I'm going to post this video, but I feel like I just needed to say it to myself. And I definitely had a moment 2 days ago and yesterday, the past 2 days, where I just felt like, what if everything doesn't work out? I think that it's so easy when we get into the whole abundance mindset and manifestation mindset and lucky girl syndrome. It is so easy to have those moments of, oh yes, everything is going to work out. I'm going to figure it out. I'm going to figure out what my next career move is going to be. My dreams are going to come true. And then to have a moment of like, but what if it doesn't? Like, what if I'm just like actually just delusional? And I think that a little bit of delulu is good, but like, what if I'm like just straight up delusional right now? And I had a moment where I had to genuinely ask myself that, like, am I just a delusional ass bitch who is running through her savings right now like that and isn't going to have any income a year from now and is going to have no idea what she's doing or what she's been doing these past 8 months. And you know what? I don't have the answer, but I do know, and I have a sense of wonder as I am traveling. And I think that in and of itself is the only answer that I need, is that I have a sense of wonder and I have a sense of curiosity and playfulness along all of this. And I'm just really trying to lean into that and have that be enough for me. Because I think that when I try to focus too hard on what it is that's going to work out for me, it just confuses me even more and makes me even more stressed out. It doesn't actually do anything for me. And I have things that I'm doing, you know. I'm coming out here and I'm filming these little video diaries. I'm writing my book, my novel, which I hope to have debut one day. I'm trying, but I'm also trying in two realms that are very, very hard to break into. And that's really scary for me because I am chasing my dreams. And what if my dreams don't work out? And I think that I have to be okay with the answer of, I'll figure it out if they don't. And I can at least say that I tried and say that I had this time to pursue it. So I did. And I think that I have to be okay with that being enough for me. I want to be able to look back when I'm in my 80s or 90s, if I'm alive, and be able to say to myself that I'm proud of the decisions that I made. And if I look back on 8 months ago when I decided to leave my job and to pursue my creative endeavors, even if it doesn't work out and even if it fails, I feel like it will lead to something. And that has to be enough for me. That has to fulfill me and that has to sustain me. Because otherwise, I just will get too in my head and I'll want everything to be perfect. So here I am, out on the forest floor, looking up at the sun filtering through the trees, talking to this camera, and telling myself that that's enough and that I'm doing enough and that it's okay to just be playing around with life right now and to not have it figured all out. And then I get in my head and I'm like, girl, go get a real fucking job. And I may need to, and that will be okay if that time does come. Right now I am gifted with the time to be able to have a cushion to rely on for this year that I am trying to pursue my creative endeavors. And if it doesn't work out, then I'll get a real job and that will just lead to something else. And that's okay. I think that a lot of the times we're afraid to imagine what our worst case scenario would be. And the other day, I just sat down and I thought about it. Like, if things were not to work out, what would your worst case scenario be? And would that be okay? And I really thought about it and I was like, you know what? That's not too bad. Worst case scenario, things don't work out. I have to get a real job. And then that's that. And I can still find fulfillment in a regular job. I can still find creativity in a regular job. It doesn't have to be this end-all be-all that I've made it up to be in my head of you have no more income. It's the end of the world. You have to go and be, you know, I don't know what the word is that I'm looking for, a real adult, not just be frolicking through the forest trying to figure out the answer to life and what your true purpose is. And that's okay. I think that it's a good exercise to do of, okay, worst case scenario, it all doesn't work out. What happens then? I'd figure it out and it'd be okay. And I'm just really trying to sit with that because right now I really have been getting in my head and making it into this monster that it's not. Because I know at the end of the day, it is all going to work out for me. It just may not be in the way in which I thought that it would. And it may also be in the way that I thought that it would. There's no way for me to know. And that's okay. And so I've just really been trying to surrender to that. And today I genuinely had moments where I just felt like I was melting into that truth and like peeling away the layers of this like idea that I had in my head of it all crashing and burning, and just surrendering and being like, it's gonna be okay either way. Either way, whichever way this unfolds, it's going to be okay, and it's going to be in your best interest. And that can be enough for me right now. I also feel like pursuing my creative endeavors is giving me a sense of purpose, even though nobody's seeing them. And I think that for a long time, I shied away from my creative endeavors because, again, I made it into this huge monster in my head of once I start, it has to be perfect. And once I start putting it out there, it has to be received well and it has to be seen. Girl, look at your other videos. You get like 2 views on each video. And that was hard for me when I first started posting because, again, we have this expectation of how things should go and that they have to go a certain way in order for it to be productive. And I think that I had been struggling mentally for a while now until I started actually putting that unused, untapped energy into my creativity. I'm making these little videos. I'm writing my book. I'm coming out here, laying on the grass, looking at the sun filtering through the trees. I'm wiggling my toes above me at this moment. And that's enough. And I think that sometimes we create this absurd idea of what is enough for us. But when we really strip it back, it's really not that much. And it's really not that bad. And it's not this monster in our head that we've made it out to be, of having to be successful and having to have purpose and having to be creatively fulfilled and financially stable at the same time. Oops. And I'm really trying to melt all of that away from my subconscious. My subconscious. I can't talk right now, sorry. And it's a process. And it's going to be an ongoing process because you're going to have good days and you're going to have bad days. These past 48 hours, they have been my bad days. Today, it's been all right. And I think really just like riding that flow, because when in a healing journey, it isn't linear and there are going to be moments of regression. But I think that the regression, if anything, is just an example to you that things are actually working, because a regression wouldn't happen if there weren't anything to regress in the first place. And if anything, it's just a marker of your growth and how far you've come. And it's okay to have those moments of, damn, this sucks. And it's okay to have those moments of, I have no fucking idea what I'm doing. And really just sitting in that and allowing it to pass. And every single time that I have had that happen to me before, it's literally like bubble guts city up in my stomach. Like I get genuinely sick physically and mentally, but physically I feel it. And I really just sat with it these past 48 hours and just let it come, felt it, and then let it pass. If this were to have happened, 6 months ago, I would have just like fully doom spiraled in my head and tried to make sense of it and tried to figure it out and tried to hyperanalyze and hyperfixate on every little aspect of those thoughts. But I really was just like, I'm just going to allow these thoughts to come to me. And it's okay that these thoughts are coming to me. It's okay that I'm having a bad day. It's okay that I'm journaling and sobbing at the same time. And sometimes, a good cry is needed. You need to move that energy through your body, and it's happening for a reason. We cry for a reason. Our bodies would not cry if it weren't for a purpose, and we need to release that energy that is being built up in us. And I honestly think that this past month specifically, I've just been holding on to that energy, and I haven't allowed myself the moment to purge it and to just let it all go, because I really, really needed to let it all go, and to also just hold space for myself in that moment of, I don't know what I'm doing. And I think that a lot of people feel that way right now. We're in a 9th year, which in numerology, 9 is basically, there's this 9-year cycle. And once we come on the number 9, it's essentially a time of wrapping things up and things ending and changing and not going the way that we expected them to. And next year we'll come into our 1st year to start that cycle back over. And I think that right now, all of these crazy, confusing things that are happening, it's just a way to prepare us for what's to come. And we can't see what that thing is yet. And that's so scary because we want to know. I want to know so badly if things work out for me. And they will, but I want to know how. And I want to know if the things that I'm doing are going towards that. I want to feel like I'm being productive in my day. And I feel like I have to let go of that mentality as well, of everything that I do must be productive and must be going towards whatever it is that is going to financially support me in the future. Because as of right now, that's something that I need to have in place in the future. But there's no way for me to know how it's going to come about or what it's going to look like. There are only these little threads of curiosity that I can follow to see if maybe it turns into something. And I think that that's a really scary thing to do, especially when it's a creative endeavor and a soul-fulfilled endeavor, because there's no promise of it all working out. Whereas if you are becoming a doctor or a therapist or a teacher or any of these titles that come with a degree, you are given a sense of, if I go through this and I do these things, then I will be rewarded in the end with a job. Whereas creative endeavors are fuck around and find out, baby. And it may not be this. It may not be this YouTube channel. It may not be my novel. But I'm coming out here and I'm doing it because I'm curious about it. And I want to be playful with my life. And I want to follow these little threads of curiosity that come into my mind from the ethers above. And see if that could be it, and be okay that if it's not, something else will come along. It's going to look different for everybody. And the way in which it's unfolding for me right now is just as valid as the person next to me or the person before me or behind me. There's no timeline for anybody. It's just really whatever is unfolding for you in that moment. I also have to acknowledge that it was my decision to leave my job and to walk away from that sense of consistency and security and stability. And I put myself in this situation for a reason, which was to find something that feels more in alignment with me, because what I was doing before was not. And I think that the discomfort of not having that stability and not having that sense of security right now, if anything, is just cracking open parts of myself that never would have been seeked or looked at prior. And I think that that's where the true healing comes from, is just sitting in those moments of discomfort and sitting in those moments of not knowing and just truly, genuinely melting into that and surrendering to the what the fuck is going on of all of it. Because, girl, if I could say one thing to the universe right now, it would be, what the fuck is going on? And I think that she would just tell me to sit down, eat a piece of humble pie, and buckle up and continue forward. And that's okay. I'm here for it. I chose this. There's a reason that I'm doing all of this right now. And even though I can't see what that reason is at this moment, I'm here. And even as I'm talking into this camera, I'm like, I have no idea what I'm talking about. I feel like I'm just rambling at this point. But that's okay. I really do just be chilling right now. It's very lovely out here. The sun is shining through the trees. There's moss literally everywhere. I can hear the creek right now in the distance. And I think that sometimes we forget that these moments are enough. And these moments are just as worthy as the moments of success and the moments of grandeur and the moments of luxury, whatever you want to call it. This is luxury right here. And I have so much abundance surrounding me in this very moment, just sitting in the forest. And I need to stop chasing this sense that I'm going to get to a certain point in which I can finally breathe and feel like I made it. Because I think that I've already made it. I think that I'm already here. And I think that everything is unfolding in the way in which it's supposed to be unfolding. And even though that terrifies me, it also brings me a sense of comfort. I've been waiting all day, literally all day, to get a call from my agency that I used to work for because I spiraled a little bit and I got scared and I reached out to them to be like, maybe I should go back to work because I need money and I need stability and I need consistency. And I haven't heard back from them all day. They said that they were going to call me today and they just haven't. And I think I'm taking that as a sign from the universe of slow down. Don't rush it. It's okay if this money falls away. That truth scares the shit out of me. It's okay if this falls away because it's falling away in order for something else to come forth for you. And that is so goddamn terrifying and exhilarating at the same time. Tazilliating. It is very tazilliating. Terrifying. I'm trying to think of how I can combine those two words together. Because I think it's one thing to say it, that something has to fall away in order for something new to come in. You have to make up space in order for that energy to come forth. And I think that that's said a lot in the manifestation and abundance community. But it's one thing to say it and another to embody it. Because when you are watching something fall away, it is goddamn terrifying. It is so scary to see the way in which you used to live and the way in which you used to support yourself financially slowly dwindle. I say slowly, but it's actually happening quite fast. It's actually been a bit jarring. I've been shitting, crying, throwing up, clutching my pearls as this has all been going down. But I'm like oddly okay. It's like this like terrifying, yucky bubble guts feeling followed by this weird sense of calm because I just feel like something else is going to come in for me. And I don't know what that is going to look like, but it's okay to stop clutching onto that energy that used to serve me so hard. Because if I were to go back in time to when I was still working there and I had that consistency and that stability, I wouldn't fit in there anymore. I read that quote the other day. It was, we can, dwell on the past and go back into the past as much as we want, but you don't fit there anymore. And that gave me a lot of peace because I feel like a lot of the times I look back on when I was still working and the amount of money that I was making when I was still working, and I almost feel shame to know that I walked away from that and that I'm not doing that anymore and that I have nothing set up for me. I have nothing in line for me. I don't have a degree. I don't really have like the work experience that I have from my last job does not transfer over to other jobs at all. And it's so, in a way, liberating to think back on the past and yes, have that want to go back there because I was financially stable then, but then to also realize that I genuinely wouldn't be able to do that anymore. I wouldn't be able to do that job anymore. For those of you that don't know, my job before was in the entertainment industry, the SPICY entertainment industry. And I just couldn't bring myself to do that again. And it's okay that I walked away from it and I respected my boundaries. And it's okay that I have no idea what's next for me. And in a way, I think that it's more than okay. I think that it's beautiful. And I really have to lean into that and remind myself that something is going to come next. No idea what it is, no idea what it's going to look like, but it's going to be something. I have had this job that I was working for before, and I was doing it for 5 years, ever since the beginning of COVID. And it just really, like fresh out of high school too, like to comprehend making money from something else, from a creative endeavor is like so, from something that's in alignment with me is so hard for me to wrap my head around. And so I really think that I just have to surrender to that and lean into there is going to be something else. That world and that job in which I had wrapped up my identity in for so long from such a young age is not the only way for you to survive. It's like, it's going to be a process for me to learn that. And I do believe that things will begin coming forward for me once I start believing that. And once I start believing that it's possible for me to make it in a way in which I'm not literally selling my soul on the internet, which was what I was doing before. Again, that can be very empowering for some women, that industry, but it just wasn't for me. I think that it's different for everybody. And just for me, it got to a point that it was, if anything, disempowering. I have a video on it talking about that whole experience and how I was very badly taken advantage of in another video. So I'm not going to go all the way into it right now, but it's going to be really amazing and beautiful in the future to be able to say that I'm doing something that's in alignment, I'm creatively fulfilled, and I'm financially stable from it. And I know that that's in my future. I just don't know what it's going to look like yet. And again, it may just be me, a barista at a coffee shop that's making some cute latte art. Or it may be me being a life coach and helping people with somatic therapy and somatic healing, which is something that I've been really into lately. There are things for me in this world, and I need to remind myself that, and I need to remind myself that things will unfold and things will open up. I just have to put my best foot forward. And that's what I'm doing right now. I'm putting my best foot forward, and I'm just throwing shit at the wall and seeing what sticks. And that's enough for now. And that's okay. Okay, I think that my allergies are starting to act up. So I'm going to wrap this up. But if you made it to the end of this video, thank you for staying. And I'm going to keep coming out here and keep doing these, even though you probably won't see this for a month because I have literally no Wi-Fi or service in this house that we're staying at. So I tried to upload a video and it literally, it went to 1% and then it went back to 0. All within 4 hours of trying to upload it. So I've kind of given up on that. So my next video will probably be posted sometime in August. But I'm filming this right now in, what is it right now? July. So anyways, thank you for making it to the end. And I will see you guys in the next one. Bye, guys. I'm trying to get a thumbnail. God. Big stretch.